It's Natalie here. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how I replaced the shock absorbers that hold up the back hatch of this Honda Element Poppy. And so two things. One, every time I have thought of tackling a new project in this car, I have felt scared. I have felt doubt that I could do it, and usually I have procrastinated it for one or more days, maybe a week, before I embarked on it, because I thought it would be too hard and I didn't think I would be able to do it. So this is like an ongoing theme that I've witnessed in myself, because even though I've had this fear, I've had this doubt every time I've tackled a project, I've still been able to do it with varying degrees of success. Like when I put the release into the back hatch, not a great job. I'm going to redo that. I don't like the way it's set up. It has some problems with it. However, the most important thing is that I did it, because what I tell my students and what I'm telling myself is that you don't need confidence, you just need courage. And you need the willingness to get help. And the help that I have been getting is in YouTube videos from other Honda Element owners who have done things before me. And so I'm super grateful to those people. And what I have discovered is that if I just go step by step and I just tackle one small project at a time, what's happening is that my confidence is actually increasing, that I can do these projects and that I can take my time and that I can really stop to learn what is happening here, what is the mechanism that I'm fixing or replacing. And so I'm learning about cars and mechanics and all that sort of stuff in the process. So I say this because you might be in a similar place to me, where you are older. I'm 71. Or you're a woman like me, and maybe you just haven't had a history of fixing things, especially cars or anything mechanical. I know I haven't, and it's not because men have done it for me. It's just because I've never really had the desire to learn that kind of thing, and so I haven't spent my time learning and doing it. And I've paid other people to do it for me. At this point, I don't want to pay other people to do it for me, because this is an old car. It's 19 years old, and there's a lot of things that I want to change and fix in it. And if I was paying people to do that every time I wanted something changed or fixed, I would be spending thousands of dollars to do things that don't increase my confidence, that don't empower me, and that don't help me feel more capable of actually being out alone on the road in this vehicle. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say is that this project has the potential to be dangerous. The hatch is heavy, and when it is unsupported, in other words, when those shock absorbers, when one of them is not on it, it can come crashing down, and if you're standing right under it, it can hit you on the head. You could get a concussion or worse. And that happened to me, and I could have really hurt myself. And luckily, I was standing in a position where my head wasn't under the hatch, but it came crashing down nonetheless. And so I didn't have a good setup. I didn't have a good plan to protect myself from that happening. So I want to warn you, please don't do what I did. Don't have a like a faulty system set up to hold up the hatch. I had a mop sitting on a step stool, which didn't work. Luckily, I was still safe, but that's my warning to you. Take this seriously. This is a dangerous project. Even though it's very simple, the holding up of the hatch is critical. Okay, I hope you enjoy this. Please subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more of my videos. I'm going to be shooting a lot of them as I go through this process of getting them ready to go, and as I go on my inaugural camping trip leaving tomorrow. Thanks for watching. All right, I'm going to replace the shock absorbers here on the hatch, and this can be dangerous because the hatch can fall on your head when you remove them. It's a pretty simple process, but these things are strong, but you have to be careful. So this one goes in here, and this one goes in this side. Okay, so the first process is that you have to remove the old one. So this requires bringing out this little thing. You're pulling it loose so that it lets go, and then getting this out of here. Okay, so it wants to go down, it wants to fall, and I've got the mop holding it in place. You know, not the greatest setup, but it is holding. And then I need to remove the lower one. Okay, the lower one's off. All right, now we put the new one on. Okay, so it starts at the bottom. So first, we have to loosen this thing, and it's smaller than my flathead screwdriver, so I have to use another one. I don't really like this other one. It sucks. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so all you're doing is you're loosening it so that those two metal, they're metal, and they go around and grip. And so you just pull them back a little bit so they're no longer gripping. And then you can just put this right on there, and then push them back in. So it's a very simple little apparatus. Okay, so now I'm going to open up the upper one. I think that's loosened enough. And then I have to lift up the hatch to get it on there. There we go. That's it. It's in. It's excellent. And you see, it's holding it up much higher than it did before. The mop is no longer needed. So now, let's go over to the other side and repeat the process. Okay, we start with the lower one. You see it? So first, just open that up. It doesn't quite want to stay open, but when it's open, that's when you can get this out of here. Come on, baby. Okay, it snapped back closed. You can hear it when it snaps closed again. There we go. It's just a little awkward position. There we go. Oh, okay. It did go down. It did collapse. So that one's not that strong. Huh. I thought it was stronger. But my head wasn't under it. That's the good thing. Hopefully it'll be plenty strong when I get them both in there. Because right now there's just one. Okay, so it's gripped, it's ungripped, and it's off. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to loosen both of these first. I can. So that one's loose. And this one. Excellent. Okay, so I can see that it's not quite completely, you can see that one side is still gripping. So I'm going to make it a little bit more. There we go. You can see that it has some grease in there. I like that it has grease in there. Okay, that's on. All right, it has to go up higher. Mop fell. Okay, so it has to go up higher so it can reach in. And this would be good to have another person here. I'm just gonna whack it Whoops. Easier said than done. Dang it. It's still ready. It's ready to go. Let's see if I can hold it up with the mop. Because two hands would be so much better. Okay. Great. Just needs to be a little higher. It's just a little too low. Let's see what I can do. There we go. That's perfect. Look at that. That is excellent. Okay, let's see how the whole thing holds up now. This is the test. This is the ultimate test. We remove the mop and see what happens. Oh, look at that. Oh, is that glorious or what? Oh, that is glorious. Okay, move the tools. Wow, you have to pull on it now. Whew, it wants to just go right up there. That is strong. Woo! Cool. Those are excellent shock absorbers. Okay, I'm off to Ace Hardware to buy more equipment. This is so well held up. I say job well done. Good job. You're tackling one thing at a time that you've never done before. You don't know how to do it. You're just watching videos and learning as you go. And if I can do this, you can too.